Hey fam, welcome back to another video. And you guys, it's less than 24 hours before a possible government shutdown can happen, and the odds, oh my, they do not look good. So let's see exactly what is going on. This is Shauna, and I'm officially checking in over here at Moments with Us. You all check in, let us know where you're watching from and how you are doing. Of course, I'm checking in from northern New Jersey, and a lot is at stake. And I'm officially checking in over here at Moments with Us. You all check in. Let us know where you're watching from and how you are doing. Of course, I'm checking in from northern New Jersey. Back to the personal situation. Let's head into this Dollar Tree over in Maplewood. Stable milk is also A+. These past few years showed me in less than 24 hours there can be a possible government shutdown. And one thing right now, there's at least 25 states that don't even have enough government funding to last them. So stay tuned to find out exactly what is going on. All right, fam. So if you did click on this video today, then you are already knowing that there's a possible government shutdown. You know, it's in the atmosphere, it's in the air. It can happen in less than 24 hours, and a lot is actually at stake. So I did see that they have it's at least 25 states that don't even have enough funding to cover, their states. There's at least 25. So we're going to go over those and see exactly what's going on with that. Because if the government shutdown do happen, there's going to be a lot of people across these 25 states that's going to be in trouble. All right, so if you hear anything in the background, that's just one of the kids. They got a new bubble machine and they just happy to play with it. So 25 state governments don't have enough money to pay their bills, guys. So we got half of the U.S. states don't have enough money to cover their bills. According to, this is a new report published by the nonprofit Chicago-based Truth in Accounting. So we're going to jump right into those states there. Let's see. The states that's mentioned here, of course, we know New Jersey already made the list, right? So the worst 5 sinkhole states are led by, of course, New Jersey and Connecticut, each with taxpayer burdens of $44,500, followed by Illinois. They're in debt by $38,800. Then we have Massachusetts, California, Delaware, Louisiana, Vermont, Kentucky, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Hawaii, Mississippi, Rhode Island, New York, South Carolina, Alabama, New Mexico, Michigan, Washington, Nevada, Kansas, Ohio, Texas, and New Hampshire. These all make up the remaining of the 25 sinkhole states. We're not going to jump into if you want to go into the top 5 ones that's doing so good is North Dakota, Alaska's doing pretty good, Wyoming doing pretty good, Utah and Tennessee doing pretty good. Those are the top 5 there, followed by some other states that's doing pretty good. Of course, whatever remaining states is left, right? They send federal subsidies primarily through, the C-19 ever grants increased state income derived from federal funds from $745 billion in 2019 to $1.5 trillion in 2021. So a lot of these bills, a lot of these bills that they want to be passed, they want them to be extended from the bills back from COVID. So like when it comes down to health care, your Medicaid, the Medicare, they want all of those to be extended. Like when it comes down to Obamacare, they want those to be extended because certain health care is actually supposed to be cut. So if you don't know, here's what a government shutdown could affect around the country, guys. So if you're flying soon, air traffic controllers and most Transportation Security Administration employees are considered essential workers and have to stay on the job, even if that means working without pay while the rest of the federal government shuts down. But the issue with that is them working without a pay, whether it is they're gonna get fired from walking off the job, Walking off the job is walking off the job. We might see workers actually walking off the job because they're not getting paid. Bills do not stop. Bills don't stop, y'all. They're saying if a shutdown dragged on, travelers could see more sick outs of key personnel. And if you're planning on traveling international in the new year, you may need to build in even more time for passport renewals. So U.S. passport agencies will remain open, but it could take longer to process applications. It could take longer, sorry guys, to process applications because a lot of the employees could be furloughed, guys. They could be laid off. And what about the mail? U.S. Postal Service will keep the mail moving as usual in the event of a shutdown. USPS is primarily self-funded and doesn't depend on the appropriations process to continue running as usual. So if you was worried about your mail, don't worry about it. At least that's what they say. So here we go, down to the diggity dog. Benefit and safety net programs, guys. So your Social Security, your VA, and other benefits, they will continue. But there would be, or could be, some delays in services such as processing your application. So if you've been trying to do your application for a few months, a few weeks, or whatever, if this government shutdown happened, there can be a further delay until, they come up with an agreement. And the shutdown. The first to feel the pinch could be the mothers and young children who rely on supplemental nutrition program for women. I talk about this for women, infants, and children. It's that WIC program. I received WIC up until, I don't really stay on WIC. I get on and off of WIC. Let's just put it like that. But it is a very helpful program, guys. Very helpful. They're saying the timing of this shutdown threat at the start of the fiscal year puts WIC at risk rapidly running out of funds. Because I heard that WIC was already tight on their funds. So I think that will be one of the first programs that is affected if there's a federal shutdown, a government shutdown. They saying a prolonged federal government shutdown of more than 1 week put WIC families at risk. Literally 1 week. That's it. There could be missed paychecks and lost jobs. Perhaps the biggest impact will be felt by federal workers and active duty military service members who will not receive a paycheck during a government shutdown. The White House is also threatening mass layoffs and reduction in force, or RIF, of federal employees. In addition to furlough notices, if a shutdown happens, the shutdown would happen toward the end of the pay period. So the first full paycheck missed for federal employees would be October 24th. So if you are a federal employee and you do be checking in, or you are listening, or you know somebody, just let them know. If this shutdown happened, the first full paycheck would be missed October 24th. So try to prepare ahead and put some money to the side if you're a person that nowadays is just, spending happily, just put some money to the side. While for the military, it would be sooner, which is October 15th. The only salaries the federal government will continue to pay during the shutdown will be members of Congress, of course, and the president, according to the Constitution. However, elected officials can request that their paychecks be deferred while a shutdown is going on. Federal employees and military members will get back pay once, of course, that shutdown is over. National parks are a big question. If you got a vacation coming up and that government shutdown is happening at that time, prepare for those national parks to be very trashy, because those workers also would be most likely walking away from the job or laid off. It's going to be a hot mess. Put it like that. They saying that when the last shutdown, there were reports of damage and trash in unattended parks in a government accountability office opinion. That was back in 2019. That was reported. The weather forecast, of course, will keep going. So if you're worried about checking your little weather app and not being able to really see the weather, or go logging on or looking at the news station for your weather, you'll be all right. Even though when you log on and you looking at these weather apps and that thing say, oh, it's raining and it's clearing day, it's clear as day in your neck of the woods, we know something ain't right. The weather app be so wrong, guys. FEMA will keep working, but funding, of course, is running low. So that's another issue. So if you do receive, let's say, food stamps, right? If you do receive food stamps, what happens with that is it will continue to be funded for a certain amount of time. Let's say you get your food stamps this month. If the government shutdown continues next month, it's a possibility that it could be cut. So you won't get all of it. And then if it continues, that's when it's a problem. The SNAP benefits can stop until a deal is made, unfortunately. Because I could have sworn back then, not even back then, the last government shutdown, they said that SNAP benefits were not to be touched. But now we're saying it's limited because funding is limited. So that's one thing to think about. And if you did, of course, put in that application and you're just waiting, that's another issue. Guess what? It can be delays with that as well. So those are just some things to think about when it comes down to, well, what's funded? If there's a government shutdown, what do I have to worry about? What do I have to prepare for? Like certain federal workers, to prepare ahead, because guess what? Your last payment will possibly be this last pay cycle. Prepare ahead, prepare ahead, prepare ahead. Make sure you have everything in your house. Make sure that your bills are up to date. Talk to your landlord if possible, if there's a government shutdown, or if you're paying a mortgage, let's see if that can be delayed as well as far as payments. I see it, Keon. Here you go. Show the bubbles. We have bubbles, guys. All right. It's just certain, your lifestyle, what you have to do. You definitely need to prepare ahead, especially that there's enough notice. There's enough notice that's out here now, and we know it's less than 24 hours before a government shutdown. We know what to watch out for. We know what's going to be affected. We know there's 25 states, right, that's definitely already low on funding. And if there's a government shutdown, we're not going to make it as far as like if we rely on certain programs. It is what it is. Let me know how you guys feel about this government shutdown. Do you think the Democrats are asking for too much? Do you guys think that the Republicans are just like denying everything that the Democrats are saying just because they're the Democrats? Like I said, I don't want to get political. Just let me know what you guys think about it. Overspending in the USA. There's a lot of money that's going to other countries too. So excuse me, who's paying the debt for that? You understand what I'm saying? So we're going to leave this video right here where it's at. If you guys did enjoy today's video and you are new here, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel. I definitely would appreciate, having you guys here. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. Until next time, y'all, let's prepare for this government shutdown. If it happens, hopefully it don't. And if it do, just stay ahead of the game. Until next time, this is Shauna, and I'm officially checking out from Moments with Us. Make sure you all stay prepped, stay blessed, stay safe, and most of all, remain beautiful queens and kings. Love you all, and God bless. Peace.